I, MATIANG'I Ahmed, Commander of the Kenya Air Force, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya and to the President as the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces. That I will obey, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, and that I will protect and uphold the sovereignty, integrity, dignity of the people of Kenya. That I will diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya without any fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, prejudice, or any political, religious, or other influence. In the exercise of the functions entrusted to me, I will at all times and to the best of my ability respect, uphold, preserve, protect, uphold, and defend the Constitution, the people and the Republic of Kenya, and obey all laws, orders, regulations, directions, and instructions concerning the Kenya Defense Forces. So help me God.
We are going to be firm on making sure that it is only the papers you have acquired from recognized institutions that you will be allowed to profess. The era of fake degrees and fake certificates and the impunity that comes with it, that there are people who, in broad daylight, will walk to a government office and present certificates they never attained from nowhere. That level of impunity is unacceptable. And I hope that part of the teaching that will go on in our universities will be about the culture that we become as a society, the belief system, the values that we hold dear as a nation, so that we can deal with impunity in its entirety. Because the challenge we face as a nation most of the time is not because people don't know what is right. They do. But because of impunity, they decide to do the wrong thing. I think that is a societal problem we must deal with, we must speak out against, and we must collectively condemn and work towards making sure that we all live to the standards that we've set for ourselves. To the newly chartered institutions, I urge you to promote access to affordable, quality education, integrate emerging technologies, and adhere to the high standards set by the Commission for University Education. I want to urge the Commission for Higher Education to insist on high standards and integrity. It is the single most important thing that we can do. If we want a society that is going to transcend many of the challenges that we have, we must get our education right. It is how we are going to get professional doctors, professional architects, professionals in all other fields, and it is how we are going to secure our nation going into the future. And therefore, the Commission for University Education has a cardinal mandate, almost sacrosanct, to make sure that our education, sharpening the single most important resource we have, our nation, our human capital, is up to the best standard possible. Mr. Chairman, I know you are seized of this matter, and I have confidence that you and your commission will live up to the expectations of the people of Kenya. We've rolled out a new higher education funding model. I'm very happy that we are getting positive feedback. There is some alignment to be done, and I decided that we are going to be honest with one another. For a long time, we made a commitment as government that we are going to fund 80% of every student's learning in the university. But in practice, we committed 40%. And therefore, there was a gap between the commitment of government on one side and the reality in the universities on the other. We decided we are going to close the commitment and the reality on the other side. And that's why we developed a new funding model where we decided that we are going to match what we say with what we do. That there are students, we are going to give 30% scholarship and not the 80 we committed, because in our assessment, using empirical evidence, their sponsors or parents or guardians had the capability to pay the difference. And that's why we now have a graduated system from, I think, 30% to 80%. And we were sensitive to make sure that students from vulnerable families have the highest scholarship allocation so that we don't leave any student behind on account of the financial ability of their sponsors or parents. It is the only way we are going to make sure that we have an inclusive society and that we have sharing of burden in a manner that is equitable. As we celebrate, as we award these charters to 2 universities, you today get the power and the authority to be able to discharge the responsibilities that these instruments and this charter gives to you. With authority, power comes responsibility. Responsibility to make sure that what you have committed to do indeed becomes the case. That there will be no shortcuts, that there will be no lowering of standards, that you are responsible. And with responsibility comes accountability, that you must be accountable. For the graduates that exit from our universities, that they truly will be the men and women that have the qualifications that you will assign them on account of the processes that they will have attained and the marks and qualifications they will have attained in our universities. Let us embrace this journey with pride and optimism, committing to a future where education is valued from early childhood to university, driven by competence-based education, innovation, and inclusivity. I know that we have been read a long list of people who have congratulated these universities. Let me join that list and congratulate Management University of Africa and also congratulate Tangaza University on attaining this very high standard. And now you can discharge your responsibilities with the appropriate instruments in your